Hello YouTube, and today I'm back in a brand new 1.8 world, and today I'm going to be showing you the top 5 traps, in my opinion, of some of the simplest traps that I've managed to create for 1.8. So let's jump straight into it. First of all, I'm in my new world, in my little village here. I actually spawned just over there, and we've got our traps here. So let's start off with this one. This is called the sand trap. Now, I'm actually going to need some sand for this. As you know, this is a gravity block, and when you place it above something and then take the block away, the sand falls down. So I've actually got some pistons here. Now we're going to fill this square with 4 pieces of sand, and when we step on this, or we have a walk through here, the sand's actually going to fall beneath our feet, and we're going to be dropped out into the void. So I'll demonstrate this trap and then show you guys how it works. So if I run in here, look, the sand falls beneath me, and we're actually now trapped in the void. So I'm going to have to dig a little hole back out, and of course it's going to be inside the blacksmiths over here. Let's just fix that. So okay, now I can show you guys how this works. So as you can see, we've actually got 4 piston rims here, and when I step on these pressure plates, the piston rims fold back, and the gravity block, which in this case was the sand, is allowed to fall through. So if I show you this again, if I grab some more sand, here we go, that'll do, and we place these down, and then we step on the pressure plates, the sand actually is allowed to fall down. So if I go ahead and delete these blocks here, you'll actually see the redstone behind this. So we've actually got an inverted redstone signal powering these 2 pistons on each side using this torch attached to the pressure plates here. So when the redstone torch is off, when we step on the pressure plates, the power to the pistons are off and the block is allowed to fall through, and it's on both sides, look. Okay, so that's the first one. If I just repair this, there we go. Look. So you can actually hide this much better. This one will be good for, you know, even if you've got like a treasure chest or something on the other side, maybe a motive for them to walk through and actually fall down. That would make it much better, and you can disguise this a lot more. Obviously it's standing out because I need you guys to see the redstone here. Okay, so on to the next one then. Over here we actually have the floor crusher. Now this is another really good one. It involves more inverted piston signals over here. As you can see, I haven't really hit the redstone, just so you guys can see how this is going to work, but I'll demonstrate it first. So if I go into, I don't know, let's go game mode S, like this, and now we're in survival. So as I walk over these pressure plates and head towards this chest, which, you know, maybe I'm looking for loot in a Hunger Games map, or it's like an adventure map and there's going to be some good gear on that side, and I'm walking down this corridor, bam, look, I've actually fallen into the hole, and now I'm actually being suffocated by the walls around me. So that's really good there. Let's change back into game mode C, and I can show you how this works. So just like the gravity piston fally thing over here, we've actually got 2 more inverted redstone signals. So you can see that we've got redstone torches on each side of these attached to a longer line of pistons here. When we apply power to the pressure plates, the redstone torches are then turned off and the pistons retract, meaning that we fall into the floor. Then when we fall into the floor, so imagine we're in that hole down there, the pressure plates have no longer got anything on them, which means they turn back on these redstone torches, which turn back on these pistons and allow us to be crushed. Lovely. So on to the third one over here. I've actually not hid the redstone very well, but I just wanted you guys to be able to see how good this looked here. So it looks like we've actually got a problem with this one. It's probably this thing here. I have no idea why that was there. Let's just quickly fix this up like this. We actually want to be able to get in here, so let's lob that in there. I have no idea why that happened, guys. I'm so sorry about that. Let's get some redstone here. We'll link it up to this, and that should be powered. That's all great now. Okay, cool. So let's just fix this up a little bit, and there we go. Right, so this one I actually like to call the moving floor. So we've actually got another problem. There we go. And another problem over there. I have no idea what's happening here. So there we go, and as you can see, I'm going to walk in here. Obviously you're going to disguise these pistons a lot more than I have, along with this redstone trailing across the floor and the repeaters over here. But we're going to walk in, there's going to be some walls around us, and we're going to be forced to step on this pressure plate, look. So as you can see, the pistons actually retract, and some of the pistons you'll note don't actually have blocks attached to them. This is because I've actually put 9 around. You actually really want 1, 2, 3, 4. You want about 6, 7, just so you're not wasting any. But as I was in creative, I thought I might as well. So as you can see, the floor is actually retracted around us, and now we are stuck on this. If I jump, the floor might actually come back for a moment, but when I land back here, there's actually no choice. So imagine that a piston maybe up here, place the block down here, I'm actually forced to fall down this gap. Obviously you can move this redstone a little bit just so it looks a bit more realistic, and we're going to have all the pistons to make sure they all pull back, and then we won't be left with random holes around here like this. So we might end up something like this. And then we're going to be forced to fall down, which means you can even do like a floor crusher adaptation here, where the floor is 2 layers thick, so when I fall down, the pistons actually come back on themselves and start to crush us to death. Lovely. I'm quite a fan of that sort of death. Okay, so I'll show you how this works. If I go ahead and break this center block here, you'll see that there's a redstone line coming underneath. And if I break this sticky piston, you'll see that this is actually connected to a redstone torch, which gives us power to this redstone signal. If I was to delete this block here, you'd see that the redstone actually links up to every single individual piston, and we're actually using a few repeaters just to boost the signal and make sure the redstone signal reaches all of the pistons. Lovely. So on to the next one then. I've got one here which I want to save for last, and I've actually got one over here which I'll show you now that involves a little bit of an explosive and a variation to a really simple trap that I like. So this one is called the basic piston trap, and it's a variation from the type you'll all be used to. This was typically used to trap mobs back in the early days of Minecraft, and it involves just a simple pressure plate and 4 pistons usually, but you'll see what actually happens here. So what happens is I walk onto the pressure plate, 3 blocks pop up around me to stopping me from being able to walk, and then we actually have some TNT blow up. So it's actually blown up part of the farm here. Let's just fix that. I can't actually show you how this works, but I can tell you that we actually had some redstone under here powering 3 pistons, and there's a block of TNT under here as well. So the TNT lit as the pistons went up, and then obviously we were killed, and that's obviously going to kill someone in survival. You can obviously link that up to a few more things. Maybe have a dispenser or something, but you've got to make sure with this one that you have a too high floor up here that actually stops them from being able to jump out. Okay guys, so on to the next one here. This one I thought would be really good for people looking into making a Hunger Games map. I've simplified it as much as possible. Obviously you're going to make this into like more of a cave, or maybe a corridor or something for them to walk down, but we really want like a motive at the end. As you can see, I've got a trap chest here linked up to a repeater, and when we click on this here, we're going to take our loot out, and obviously now we're going to get pulled by lava. Now this is horrible, and the person opening this chest is going to die horribly. So let's actually show you how this works. That's the reason why I wanted to show this last, so lava didn't go pouring everywhere. If I come around the back here, I've actually got a repeater hooked up to a redstone signal here. I've also got a piston here and some more redstone here. Now originally there was actually a piece of redstone here. This means that the trap can only be activated once, because when we power the trap chest like this, the piston pushes forward and pushes the redstone off. This means that the lava can't be taken back in the bucket like that. Okay guys, so that's all of my top 5, so 1.8. Hopefully you guys like these, and please like, subscribe, give me feedback, and I might even do a bit more into depth on how to make these things, maybe make them look a little more sneaky so people aren't fooled by them so easily. But thanks for watching, see you next time.